Anyways, we're going to talk about casting and bettering your odds for catching more fish in general. So it's basic. So we got a pond here, right guys? And you guys are flicking lures, casting. So majority of people they'll cast within 15 feet of each cast, and then they'll kind of go, okay, well, I'm done. And betting your odds of catching more fish in a hole that you know there's fish, and just basically generally just trying to find that most aggressive fish in that hole, is you will cast and you will always try to keep it within 5 feet apart. You know, I like to try to keep it tight. When I cast, I try to keep it within 3 feet apart. When I'm fly fishing, and it takes me longer to work holes because fly fishing generally, it is slower, that I am with it. I'll even keep it tighter sometimes within like feet, so like 2 feet. But generally 3 feet. For me, 3 feet rule. So when you cast, you'll cast. You'll keep it three feet within each cast. And then basically, as on the whiteboard, you'll see that. So Joe here's on a boat, and Joe here's on a pond. Joe's casting. This right here is like 20 feet apart. Here's like 15 feet apart, a little bit tighter. You don't want to do that. You want to cast tighter. So this is his previous casts. What you don't want to do, what you want to do is you want to cast. Look how many more casts in that one cast in between his casts. This is how you want your cast to end up being. You want it to, look at that. There's more room in there for casting and also space to. So that's how you want your cast to be. Tighter, more efficient. But also too, think about it this way: as you move along the pond or as you move along the boat, you'll end up casting. You can end up casting across too. So then you actually start filling those empty spaces. All this is just bettering your odds on catching more fish, but also getting that lure in front of the fish's face, because the fish is only so big, and when you cast in like that, you're basically hoping that it's a Hail Mary to put a lure in the fish's face. No, if you cast like this, if you cast like that, you know, more tighter, you'll catch more fish. You'll just put the lure in front of the fish's face more. The fish can find your lure more. If it's let's be honest. I think animals and human beings, we're just kind of all generically lazy. We're just lazy, you know. And a lot of people, a lot of animals, you know, a lot of species, we all like to take the quick ride out. So you have to think the same for fish. Is you always keep it tight, because fish don't want to chase it. You know, some fish will chase it for a long ways, but if you want to better your odds of catching more fish and having the odds of catching more aggressive fish as you casting, keep your casts tighter, and then just basically work that hole. So when people say, yeah, work the hole, it's just keeping it tight, and you're pretty much casting at every angle you possibly can to better your odds of catching more fish. So, you know, you gotta think about how you're casting. So I think for generic people, they don't think, you know, as much like that. But you know, it's just you do it as you cast, you do it as you fish. Is you just keep everything tighter, and I just believe that you end up getting more fish and stuff. And it is time on the water, and it is patience. So it is fishing, not catching. So I just wanted to describe that for you guys, so then you guys hopefully catch more fish and just kind of you know, just have a bit more fun and a bit more action, you know, as you fish. So, righto.